go back a little bit to something you said when we were talking about imposter syndrome, and that's the fact that you said you didn't know nothing. You didn't know anything. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know anything, but they weren't going to hire me. Are you being fair to yourself when you say things like that? Is that
no,
kind of something that
I'm not being completely fair, and that's what creates the imposter syndrome. What I realize is that there is a 20-gallon bucket that holds everything cybersecurity. I got a gallon in that bucket that I know and that I know well. That gallon is what got me this job. That gallon is really all that I'm responsible for. But I have to learn about 3 to 5 other gallons to help me fill that bucket. So instead of focusing on what I know and what I do well, my brain and all of its crazy continues to remind me of all the things that I don't know, all the things that I have to learn, and then I begin to get overwhelmed. And I begin to think, I don't even know why you got yourself into this situation, because you can't do this. So it's absolutely not fair to say I know nothing, because the people at my job think that I'm an expert, because I know, to them, 20 gallons more. But that's just because they don't know what's in the bucket. Because I know what's in the bucket, I know what I don't know. When you learn, when you figure out what you don't know and how vast that is, that in itself is overwhelming. Brene Brown, YouTube TED Talk. She gives this talk about vulnerability and living wholeheartedly, and the only people who are able to live wholeheartedly are people who are vulnerable. I'm not vulnerable. I don't like to share feelings, and I don't want people to see my vulnerabilities, because that's what people use to attack you. But after I watched that video, I was like, she doesn't like being vulnerable either. And this lady up on a stage telling people she had a breakdown. You too can be vulnerable. So you are going to have to ask for help. That one video that I watched in Perscolan's led me to go watch her other videos, read books that she wrote, things that I can't feed into the imposter syndrome, because then I fail. And I can't fail. I literally got to raise $250,000 in the next 5 years to send my kid to school. 5 years ago, I'd have been like, Monique, that's an impossible dream. You're gonna make your salary and keep it moving. But today, I realize the possibilities. Yeah, I got my salary, but if I can get this salary, the possibility that I could raise $250,000 in 5 years is absolutely there. And as long as I continue to believe it, then I can do it. So as soon as imposter syndrome tells me I can't, I gotta shut that down.